what is remarkable about you is that you're not only a brilliant scientist, but a lyrical writer. The problem, it seems, that you weave these amazing discoveries together with your thoughts and philosophy in the book, but at the same time, you use Twitter. And Twitter doesn't work well if you have a profound statement. Your friend Lawrence Krauss says the public spats that flow from your Twitter statements risk damaging your entire legacy.
Well, I was told I was going to come on to talk about Brief Candle in the Dark, but
yeah.
I'm happy to talk about Twitter. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I think that's a very good point. Twitter is a very, very difficult medium to handle. I'm not terribly good at handling it.
Well, 140 characters over how many pages?
Yes, exactly. 140 characters isn't much. It's a challenge. It's an interesting challenge for a writer to condense something down to 140 characters. I'm not much of a diplomat. I think part of my trouble is I love truth too much, and so I tend to go barging in. And one of the problems with Twitter is that you get a whole series of tweets, one after the other, and one is lulled into the sort of feeling, well, this is following on, there's a backstory here. But of course, the reader of the latest one probably hasn't read the backstory.
And certainly hasn't read your book.
Oh, no.
And the difficulty is that you get judged immediately, instantly, by what you've said.
Yes.
And therefore, I'm wondering if you regret, for example, suggesting that the 14-year-old boy wanted to get arrested. Of course, Mr. Obama's got him at the White House now.
I asked the question that. Now, I think what he was the victim of is the zero-tolerance policy of the United States Homeland Security Act. He produced... what he did was he got a clock, got a screwdriver, opened the clock, took the works out and put them in a box. He did nothing else whatever. That was what he did. There was no creative act in that at all. He took it to school as an invention. Yeah. And then a teacher was afraid it might be a bomb. Now, it wasn't a bomb. It was in fact a clock. It was an unaltered clock which he had taken out of its case.
But he was a Muslim.
I don't care if he was a Muslim. The fact
but you were accused of Islamophobia.
I'm always being accused of Islamophobia. That's a non-word. But let me just carry on with this, because he was... You have to ask the question, why would a boy take a screwdriver to a clock, take the works out,
no, I can see how you got
in
there.
A box?
The problem is we can't obviously explore the whole story right here, but you see, for example, you take The God Delusion, one of your other great books. You had a very close, strong argument about the non-existence of God. But then, you then find yourself needing to say that the Quran and the Bible are evil. Well, evil is a biblical concept anyway. I mean...
Oh, I don't accept the Bible isn't... I don't accept that evil is a biblical concept.
No, but you have said that in Twitter, that the Quran and the Bible are evil.
I think if you look at especially the Old Testament and equivalent verses in the Quran, you would agree.
But as long as you don't believe in God, it doesn't matter, does it?
It matters if other people believe in God and if they do things as a result of reading their holy book and taking it seriously, which a very large number of people do, unfortunately. An awful lot of people don't. A large number of very sincere Christians and Muslims do not take their holy book seriously, thank goodness. But those that do are sufficiently numerous to cause a lot of problems.
So you have no regrets when you come to offend in that sense? I
have regrets when I'm misunderstood. And I do have regrets about that. As I said at the beginning, I'm not a very good diplomat. I tend to have a love of truth and justice. I mean, as you said at the beginning, I've been defending Jeremy Corbyn against lies told about him, although I don't agree with him.
Is this second book of autobiography more diplomatic?
Oh, totally. I mean, it's got absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking about tonight at all. It's a gentle book.
But that's it, you see. And we're living in a new age. I mean, we haven't had Twitter for more than 10 years. And you could be judged for your entire life's brilliance by a few tweets.
I fear that's correct, yes. I mean, I would regret that very much. I would like people to read my books.
And I mean, for example, the question of women aborting their fetuses if they know that they're Down syndrome, not to do so would be immoral.
If you're in favour of abortion at all, if you're not against abortion, then to abort because you have a Down syndrome fetus, which actually almost all women do, can hardly be said to be worse than aborting just because you feel like it.
Well, let me end on a lighter note, because I know one of your party tricks is to say something that our weatherman said the other day, which is the name of the longest village
Oh, for goodness
in
sake.
Wales.
Well, I can't do it with a Welsh accent.
No, you don't have to do that.
Llanfel, Pwlchwyn, Gilgog, Ishmar, Drobble, Llantysilio, Gogogoch.
You are as brilliant as they say you are. Thank you very much indeed, Richard Dawkins.